Hey guys, Keith here with Rack and Rod Chronicles. Today I'm going to talk about our Backcountry gear list, and I'm going to talk about my fundamental, most important piece that I'm going to need. It's going to carry everything in and out if I get an animal down, and that's my backpack. The pack I chose was the Exo Mountain Gear K3 4800. I bought this pack on Black Friday. They had a sale. They said this is a manufacturer direct company, so you can't buy this at Cabela's or whatever. So they don't have very many deals on them, but the one time they do is Black Friday, at least so far that I found out. So I got a little bit of a deal on this. These are expensive. Price point for this pack here, I have a couple of the options too, is $649.99. So it's not cheap, but this is like a once in a lifetime kind of pack. They have a lifetime warranty on them. They're made in America, no overseas. So I don't mind paying for something a little more expensive if I know it's made in America. Keep our money home where it belongs. My pack is the Ranger Green. It also comes in First Light Fusion and like a multi-camo they have, which look, all three look pretty good. I just wanted the green just to stay generic. I didn't want anything fancy camo, it doesn't match or whatever. Just to stay simple, just green. They use first class YKK number 10 zippers on this guy. It's the 500D Cordura material. It's really stout. It's not real noisy, but it's stiff. You can tell it's a very good quality. Dimensions wise, like specs wise, the bag itself for the 4800 weighs 2.1 ounces. The frame, because the frame and the bags are separate, you can buy, they have 4 different bag sizes. You can get an 1800, a 3200, a 4800, which this is, or the 6400. So with this frame, you can buy the other bags and just throw them on here. So to go back, frame weighs 4.15 ounces and the lid is 5.6 ounces. All right, capacity wise, it says a 48, it's actually 4805 cubic inches, and with the lid, which is an additional 400, so you're at 5205 cubic inches. And all the packs come with this lid, the same thing. The only one it doesn't come with is the 1800, but you can add it on there as an option. You need some extra straps, or you can buy it separately to throw on there. Overall, it's a super comfortable pack, really adjustable. The frame is titanium, has 2 titanium stays, and there is a short and a long version of the frame. It's only about an inch or inch and a half difference. I'm not sure on the exact specs. If you go on their website, they have some really good videos and they show you how to change all that. I'm not going to do that right here. But basically you can flip it and a little insert on, I believe it's on the bottom, and it gives you an extra inch and a half. So when if you're going in, you know, you just got your gear in there, but you shoot an elk or a deer or whatever and you're bringing it out, you can flip that around and get a little bit more height in your pack, so it'll help handle that weight a little bit better. Straps here are fully adjustable. There's little notches right here that the metal clip goes into, and then the Velcro goes back down. You can adjust and offset this however you want. It's got good airflow in here. Got your chest strap. You get to your hip belt here. It's got these here. You can play with this a little bit, your lumbar support, and they make other wedges you can get for that from their website if you don't like the way the factory one feels. Hip belt comes in 3 sizes. This is the large. Fortunately, I'm not a small or medium guy. Hip belt, the strap right here, one of the things I really like about it is instead of having the adjustment right here on the buckle, it's actually back here, so you can just pull them in together and you can really tighten it down nice. It works really good. There is a little additional adjustment right here in the back. You can gain about another inch on each side, I believe. With the Velcro, you can extend this out, so you know, if you need to go a little smaller or a little bit bigger, so you've got extra heavier clothes on in the winter, you need to gain that little bit to get it tightened down right, you can. One of the accessories I have is the hip belt pouch. You can put up to 2 of these on there. I only have 1 so far. This is just nice here. I like this for throwing like my wind checker in, my headlamp, something like that. I might get a second one. You can throw some granola bars in there or something. Something quick and handy you want to grab, and I'll have them take off your pack. It's got a little Velcro in there, and they do sell another edition. I think it's $10. It's a little ammo carrier. It's got like room for 6 or 8 cartridges, and you can stick it right in there. And you can also pull it off so you can throw it in your pocket if you're going on a stalk or something. But it's a nice spot to keep it handy. You don't because you don't really want it on your hip or anything if you got the pack on. So it's a good way to keep it right together, unless you have it on your buttstock. A lot of guys run it that way when they're mounting, just to keep everything together. Like I said, the frame is titanium, and the lid is removable. I think we did say that. So I'm going to get started here and just kind of give you a run through of the pockets and how everything lays out, and we'll go from there. So right up top here, you got two main pockets on the lid. Just a little thin one on top here, not very big. You can throw like TP in there, map, matches, little things you need to just grab to quick. And then in the big main pocket here, pretty good size. You can put quite a bit of stuff in there. You'll be able to stack like maybe a light jacket in there, rain jacket in there quick if you need to get to a top, your lunch, stuff like that. And this is one of the other accessories I have. This is their stash pockets. These are like 10 bucks. They come with a little buckle, and there's a little tab on 5 or 6 different spots in the pack. And they just hook right in there, and it's got the buckle you can quick do. It's nice to make your kill kit, keep your license in there. And these little guys in the white nylon ripstop here, it's actually waterproof, it's like a 10 fly material, so it'll keep stuff dry in there too. So you got the quick buckle, you can take it right off, throw it back on there. And there's a few spots throughout the pack that these are in, and they're just nice for keeping everything organized. So that goes in there. We'll zip that back up. Like I said, usually how I'll run this in the whitetail season is I will take the lid off of it just to lose a little bit of weight, and I don't need all that volume because the pack is still a 4800, so that's plenty enough for just stand hunting in that, even with a bunch of bulky clothing and stuff, which is mainly all I'm really hauling. So you can take this off. And I did notice the one thing you can do if you want, the 2 of the buckles here on the top will actually clip itself together. So if you're on a stalk or something, you did take a little bit of gear with you or kill kit, you could probably take this and clip it right on your back of in your belt loop or on your belt, and you could take a little bit of gear with you if you needed to and have it there. Or in a pinch, you could also fill this and use it as your pillow when you're sleeping if you don't want to take a pillow. It's pretty soft material, it's not too bad for the nylon. So we'll get rid of that for right now. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the pack here. So it's got a roll top. So you roll it together like that. If you're using it without the lid, it's got straps right here to clip it down on both sides. And it rolls up tall, so if you need to add more volume into it, you can really get up there quite a bit. So flip back here, it's got 2 straps in the front here if you need to strap anything on this way or to compress it down when you're not using everything. I'm just going to open them up so we can get in here easier. Right in the front, it's got a stretch pocket. The same kind of material that the water bottle pockets have on each side. As you can see right in here, I have a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle. They fit in there very nicely, 1 on each side. So you got that full zip there. You can put, throw a jacket in there quick, it'll stretch right in there and fit. And it's also got a big horseshoe pocket here, which goes into the main compartment. So you can either access it from the top here, as you can see, or through the horseshoe pocket. And then in here is another, when you go through the top here, this is where a hydration bladder will go, but this is also a waterproof compartment. So if your water bladder happened to puncture or didn't screw it down right, you won't get your gear wet that's in here. It'll hold it all in there. Or if you have a wet rain jacket or a rain fly from your tent, you can throw it in there during the day. It won't get the rest of your gear wet until you can get out and dry it off. In here is another one of those stash pockets. I have 2 of them. There's 1 spot here, 1 spot there on each side, and I believe there's 1 more spot in that waterproof compartment where those, so I think there's 4 total. And then also right on the front of the horseshoe, there's a little mesh pocket there. Good spot to keep your license or whatever. If you're not gonna, I'll probably run more of these because you can just take that right out to kill site, do all your stuff right there, keep your knife, gloves, zip ties, anything like that in there. When you have your kill to take care of all that. So we'll zip this back up here quick. On each side here, you have big solid pockets on the side. You can put spotting scopes in there, tents, poles, tents, bed rolls possibly if you would want in there. And there's one of those on each side, and there's a little, if I can find it here, a little pull here to tighten that right down, to cinch it down so nothing comes out. Right on the side here is a cool feature you can see. These are the compression straps to the side in that, and this will help hold the load. But as you can see, they're angled up. So when you pull them, you're always pulling the pack upwards. So it kind of keeps the load up and towards tight to your back instead of just being straight and they just sag down. So just those little things that they've really thought of to make this pack a solid piece. So that's pretty much all the pockets minus the pocket up here on top. As you can see, it's got the little hydration spot. It's got your spot. You can run your your hose out there, and this is what goes into that waterproof bag here. So you go right in there, it's got a spot here to tie it off on top, and then it's got one of those little tabs there for one of those stash pockets. So pretty straightforward. I said there's nothing crazy with it, just simple is what I like. You don't need a lot of bells and whistles to add more weight in that. So after you get your game, your animal, or you gotta haul out a bunch of stuff into camp or out of camp, to get to the load shelf for your meat carrying capacity or extra gear, if you're going in heavy, right up top here, you're gonna pull this Velcro off, right here, and there's 2 tabs on each side, and this is gonna open up, and then there's 4 straps here, those load lifting straps. Right there, and there's 2 more, but they're tucked in here. I'm not going to take them off, just for the ease of work here. And then this is where you put your meat and your game bags. You set it right in here and sandwich it between that and the bag, so it keeps the meat out of your bag, and it's not going to leak in there because you have that waterproof compartment there on your back part of the bag. So that keeps any of that blood from getting into your pack also. And right here is the straps here you have, and you sandwich that meat right to there, or the load wherever you're carrying, and then you bring this up with those other ones and pull it back on there. Don't mind Cooper, he's barking a little bit there. Must be getting fired up. Optionally wise, if you want to lose the whole bag, which you can take off, they make just like a little web or a sling that goes right on here. You can use for hauling meat out. If you just want to use the frame in that just for like dedicated just hauling meat, you can get that. I said they have the hip belt packs and those stash pockets. They also have a full dry bag that'll fit inside the whole pack, and they have a bow carrier and a rifle carrier if you're interested. They're all fairly reasonably priced for that stuff. The big thing is the pack itself, but it was a lot of money, but I'm not really upset at buying it because I'm really happy with it. It's quality. I've had some other packs in the past. They're not even close in quality, and it just fits so good. I put it on the first time when my brother got his, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get one of these. So that's pretty much it for their pack little walkthrough. You'll get some more info on this when we do a little training, or once the snow melts around here. Try to get out and do a little hiking around and kind of get a little more first impressions with it, actually carrying some real weight. But other than that, guys, stay tuned for the rest of the parts of our series between me and Greg and getting our gear together for our backcountry trip. Hey, take care, guys.